Hi, sir.
Right.
Thank you for joining us today. So let's start with it. Can you tell us how you began your journey in cricket? Take us through your background a bit.
To introduce, I'm Ganesh Tyagi, the team analyst for Mumbai team. And to begin with, I was a cricket player till 2005, as in during the college, till the college time. And I saw that as a player, I couldn't proceed further. So I was looking into something else as a career, and I got into computer science. I was working in some IT firm for about 8.5 years, approximately, on a good post, doing everything good enough, but something was missing. And then I just switched off from that profile completely, and I was searching for something into cricket. And a cricket analysis course came in, which I did, which was from MC itself. And luckily, I was I was able to be part of this great game with this great Mumbai team.
That's great. That's great. So you are the analyst with the Mumbai team. So can you just tell us what is the role and responsibility of an analyst? When you're working with the cricket team.
So the role and responsibility, to put it in a nutshell, is basically a lot of data is available during the game nowadays. As you can see, what was available in the 2000s and what is available now. Forget the 2000, whenever the IPL started in 2008 or something. What the data was shown at that time and what is shown right now. There are a lot of data available in the market, but not all data is useful, as you may know. So to make the videos, the data, and the stats, the mathematics, make it simpler so that a coach or a captain understands it, and making the right points available at the right time is something what an analyst does to make the game simpler for the players to play. During a live game, there are three different aspects for an analyst. One is a pre-game, one is during a game, and one is a post-game. So during when I say pre-game is basically we create different capsules of bowlers and batters, show it to the players to make strategies for an opposition, maybe opposition batter, how a pacer or a spinner would get a particular batsman out, what would be the field set, if his what would be the bowling to be done at the start of his inning, or maybe after his set, what would be the field set and the bowling to be done in the middle, and how would you go to get that batsman out. That is something that an analyst helps in making that data possible. During live game, a lot of data has been input. If you see during a live game, if you have seen somebody like me who's sitting on a laptop continuously looking into the laptop all the time. So when what we are doing is basically there are 14, 15 factors per ball to be captured. When I say 14, 15 factors, it would mean where the ball pitch, what was the baller type, like it was an outswing, in swing, whatever that was, what was the stroke of the batsman, where the ball went, the wagon wheel, how many runs were scored, what did the fielder do? Did he pick up? Did he overthrow? Did he pick up from one hand? Did he have a direct hit? Was there a dismissal? Was there an appeal? All these factors are taken during a live game. Maybe if you're chasing, then you have an over by over comparison. So during a game, a lot of data is required by the player, the coach, or the captain. Maybe you see a bowler and then a player comes to me and asks me, what are the variation of this bowler? Does he bowl a off cutter, leg cutter? During the death, he goes for a yorker. What does he go? What is his go-to ball? Or maybe a batter, what is his goal? Release shot, maybe over the covers or a slog. What would be the release shot for the batsman? That is what is provided in game. And when I talk about post game, it will be basically whatever we had planned. Was it executed? What went wrong? What can be done better? So, in a nutshell, this is what an analyst does.
I think so. An analyst plays one of the most important role in today's modern game, not only cricket but in other sports as well. Because without analyzing one's game, you cannot move forward with the team or with a player individually.
I would just like to add one thing. The percentage, the successful percentage for an analyst that we consider would be 30 to 40%. It is never above 50%. If we are able to deliver 30 to 40%, if what we have planned and what has been executed, we are more than happy of doing it.
So you were also associated with the state level team. So what were your prime duties, working as an analyst for the state team?
So, okay. During the off season, what we do is basically we take on the videos of a bowler, batter, some videos from front angle, side angle, to see what is the strong zone of a batter, what is the weak zone of a batter or the bowler, and then accordingly, the trainer or the physio or the coach has to work with it. To give an example, last year we had one bowler who was facing a lot of back issues during the bowling. Maybe 3 to 4 games into the season, he was having back issues. So we had recorded his videos during that time. But as the season was on, we could not work on that bowler. So those videos were taken into consideration by the physio trainer and the bowling coach. And during the off season, we worked on him to make sure that he has the strengthened muscles to support his back. If there are slight changes by the bowling coach to make sure that the impact is not there on his back. So these are certain things that the analyst helps in getting done. And as the tournament comes in, we have this, as I said, you pre-game, during game and post-game. Apart from that, a lot of data comes in, as in, for example, during a tournament, if we are qualifying, what needs to be done for qualifying. All the numbers games that people do, where they have back-end team doing them for an IPL team or an Indian team, there would be hundreds of 15, 20 people doing it. For the state team, there's only one person doing everything.
So you have been working with the Mumbai team. So how's your experience been going on till now?
The experience has been very good. I mean, imagine if let's imagine that you are in a corporate job, you are sitting in a cubicle on a laptop. The same thing, you are sitting on a chair with a laptop in front of you, but instead of the cubicle, you're seeing the ground and the players. Imagine that scenario. Who would be
Yeah, I
happy?
can imagine that. Yeah, obviously.
And imagine that in a one-kid stadium.
Yeah, definitely, I can imagine that. So do you recall any moment or any experience, where your analysis has helped a player or a team in specific or at a specific moment?
See, there are many factors. I wouldn't say that I am the only person responsible for it, because there's a thin line between a coach and an analyst. The analyst provides the data to the coach and the captain, and they decide what has to be done. I am, see, to put you in the right sense, analyst is a player itself. Player as in he would be a person who has not played at the highest level, but he has to get the respect of the player or the coach that his data or the inputs that he's providing is respectable. So those data and everything is provided by me to the coach or the analyst, coach or the captain, and they decide whether it is useful or not. So I wouldn't say that I would be I would be responsible for creating a particular scenario, but yes, like the example I gave you of the pace bowler where he was having a back issue, or in the death over where the batsman comes to you and asks you for a variation of a particular bowler or a release shot of a batsman, or a specific scoring zone of a batsman which can be blocked and you can get a wicket. I'll give you an example of an under 23 game that we were having for CK Naidu. Ayush Badrini was a batsman. In the first innings, he had scored 100 and Delhi had a lead against us. And in the second inning, we was about to come to bat. So me, the coach, and the bowler, one of the bowlers, we were sitting in the room how to get this batsman out, because he's the one who makes sure that the scoreboard keeps on ticking around. So at that time, we analyzed, we found out that the batsman was not able to score the century that he did. He hardly scored through the covers, and he was not even trying for those shots going through the covers. In the second innings, we planned that let's make sure that he tries playing a cover drive or something and block his leg side, because mid wicket and square leg was a strong zone at that time. So we made sure that that happened, and the covers was completely open. And on the first ball, we gave a half volley to him. The bowler bowled a half volley to him outside the off stump. He tried playing a cover drive and he was caught at gully. So that kind of dismissals that has been planned with the coach, captain, and the bowler of how a batsman can be taken out.
That's amazing. Like, I know for a fact that, whenever bowler bowls or they have a plan, a lot of thing goes into the thinking not only for the bowler but for the batsman as well. So there are many people, who want to, go into the field of analysis and all. So what kind of formal training or education one needs, to get into this field? Because not many people, they know about it, and they are, quite confused on how to go ahead with this.
So first of all, you need to have patience of watching all the games. Sitting in one place for about 6 hours and watching the game and just getting up during only the break times. So any budding analyst who wants to get into the field of analysis, I would suggest to them that whenever you're watching a game, make sure that you're not watching it as an audience, but as a coach or a captain or a player. Imagine yourself being in that situation, and what would you do if you're there in that situation? Or if you're a captain, what kind of things can be said during that time? A field set, or a bowler, which bowler would you bring him to take the wicket or something of that sort? That is something that the budding analyst can do. Uh, there are a lot of courses which have come up for sports analysis, mainly something which is come in Mumbai also. There's something in UK and in New Zealand. So you can do that. Apart from that, there are a lot of companies who are into sports analysis. You can join them as an intern. Get the on-the-job experience, because nothing can beat on-the-job experience. And you should be passionate about the game.
Definitely. So yeah, that's it from our side. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for joining
Well,
today. And it was great having a chat with you and getting to know on the analyst side uh, view, which not many people they get to know about. So thank you so much for sharing us with your experience, and all the best to you, sir.
thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.